Good morning and welcome to Valley Views. I'm your host, Glenn Edison. We're certainly glad to have you today. And as always, we want to thank BTC Fiber for hosting our program. And we'd like to thank our, our advertisers, Embers Ice Cream of Pikeville, Nickel Row Antiques of Pikeville, and White Wagon Bed and Breakfast of Pikeville. So if you're in Pikeville, go by and see those fine folks and go by and see what they have to offer. Today we have with us from Daus Building Supply, we have Jared Marrow. He's one of the owners of Daus Building Supply, and Skeeter Gholston, the yard manager of Daus Building Supply. So guys, it's good to have y'all.
Good morning.
Appreciate you being here. First, maybe you can give us a little background on about, I know Daus Building Supply has been around for a long time. It's been down on Highway 28, the same location, been there forever, seems like. At least as long as I can remember. And but it gives the area another opportunity for building supplies, because at one time we were really limited. You know, just had basically Ace or
Valley,
yeah,
or Ace, or
we're
Palmer.
Limited, you know, with what we have. So give us a little background on y'all.
So I've owned the company for a year, but I've probably been a customer for probably a couple years. And it was a family-owned business for 30 years prior to us purchasing it from the Hudson family, Lang family. So I've been involved in the company for going on a year now, and we still run it as a family-owned business. And Skeeter's been there 8 years.
Well, and that's good. I know a little bit of your background is with the Magnolia Flats. You were involved with that. Are you still involved with that?
So we're still building. It slowed down some with some of the changes in the economy.
Right.
But part of the decision to purchase Daus was because we were involved with building in the local community, focusing on more of a affordable housing was what our focus was. And then when the Daus Building Supply opportunity came up, we decided that it was a good fit. And Skeeter was already a great employee there, so we made a point, obviously, to keep him there and let him run the show.
You don't want me to answer that, do you?
Well, and that's good because that actually with the building supply helps y'all with your materials.
Correct.
For what you do at Magnolia Flats. And I know probably you mentioned the economy. That's probably hurt everybody.
Correct.
Not just building supplies, but everything, groceries, gas, the whole 9 yards. And but I'm sure it had an effect on the building supply material, because a lot of people either didn't do that project they were going to do or cut back.
Yes. Luckily, it has definitely affected everybody, but living in Tennessee with such a diverse demographic of people moving in, either local or from some of the bigger cities, from higher cost of living, yes, we slowed down, but not as much, and it wasn't as drastic as maybe some of the larger cities out there, because we have such a diverse demographic. But one of the things we did do is we did not raise our prices unless our supplier raised ours. And just to help the local community, we made a point to continue to have free delivery through the valley, even with high gas prices. So trying to help the local people as much as we can, because we're all taking a hit with the increased prices, not only at the grocery store but in our gas tank. So those are some of the things that we did to not have to pass on large price increases to our customers.
So you really wanted everybody to know you truly are a local,
correct,
family owned, and you care about the community.
Oh yes, very much so. That was one of the most important things to us. So those are the steps that we took. And then probably the toughest obstacle was pricing on lumber, because it fluctuates weekly, and you have to buy it in certain quantities. So that was probably the toughest egg to crack, was do you risk and buy it at the higher cost position and can sell it, or do you buy less? So that was the part that was tricky for us, I would say. all
Well, I
around.
know there's been supply issues all across the country and everything. So has there been supplies that y'all needed but couldn't get?
There's been a few.
Oh, yeah.
things.
Yes. Now, the toughest supplies that might have the longest lead time be electrical.
Electrical, yeah.
Wouldn't you agree,
It's a
Skeeter?
lot, yeah.
But back probably 6 or 8 months ago, it seemed like it was just about everything.
Thing, yeah.
Yes, but now it's mostly electrical
Most of
components.
Anything to do with plastic.
Yes, good point. Anything to do with plastic.
Well, and you mentioned one thing that I was going to ask about if y'all deliver your products. So you do.
Yeah, so we deliver. We have a flatbed truck and a box truck. So depending on the weather, we have the ability to deliver product under roof, and we'll deliver basically to the 4 surrounding counties: Marion,
Marion, Bledsoe.
Squatchy, occasionally Hamilton County, but our free delivery service runs through
Throughout the valley.
the Valley and Whitwell
And Grundy.
and
Yeah,
part of
that's-
Grundy.
yeah.
Yeah, we also will go up into the mountains, no problem, for a small fee.
Well, I understand that.
Hmm.
And well, that's good to know because a lot of people, I know many people have their own trailers and can use their own trailers, but it's nice to know if they didn't have to worry about that if they get somebody to deliver.
Yes.
the product.
Plus, I love our local competitors, but our local competitors charge for delivery. So we wanted to be the only company in town that
Right.
did not charge our customers to deliver the product.
Well, and that's something people will remember.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I made a point to say it.
Well, now, like I said, that we mentioned that. So you carry most building supply materials anyway, right?
Yeah, so we have a broad range of building supply products, full product line of lumber up to 16 feet in length, from your 1x, 2x, 4x, 4x4s, 6x6s, up to 16 foot in length. And then we carry our insulation, our electrical components, hardware and tools, roofing material, blown insulation. We also have some tool rental for blown insulation. We have the machine, as well as we have scaffolding that we rent to customers if they need it. So pretty broad range of product. If we don't have it, however, at the store, since I've taken ownership, we've added some new suppliers that have given us a larger breadth of product. So we work with 2 large suppliers in the area that offer almost A to Z. We don't keep A to Z, but we can get it. So if you came to our shop and we didn't have it, more likely we can get it. If you can wait a few days.
All right. So if I need it and I don't have it with me personally, I can ask y'all and y'all can look it up, see if you can get it.
Correct.
If you can, then
Yep.
I could order it from.
Yes, and our new suppliers are web-based. They have their own web-based website platforms, so we're able to give you live inventory right there if they have it, if we don't have it on our shelves. So we also carry paints, a lot of fasteners, nuts and bolts. We do not mix paint. We do not make custom color paints anymore. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah.
But we do have your standard paints, aerosols, and accessories, paintbrushes, rollers, and then of course we have our full line of construction screws, nails, fasteners. So if you were repairing something, we do have, you could come and buy 1 washer if you wanted, or 1 bolt. So we did keep that breadth of product for the customers.
Right, because
doors and windows too.
Oh yeah, great. Yes, Skeeter's
Water
right. Duh. Water heaters, doors and windows. We have that as well. We're very competitive with our water heaters and our insulation, that I have learned. Very, very competitive. I don't know if you knew that, but we're very competitive on that. So.
Well, that's good because a lot of times when you need those products, you need them. You can't.
Correct.
Like a water heater. You know, if it goes out, you've got to have one.
Right, and we keep a few because that reason, as well as we really keep a lot of everything. The tricky part is how many do you keep?
Right.
And as you mentioned a while ago, the things you rent, a lot of times people in construction, they may not keep the scaffolding.
Mm-mm.
You know, they use a lot of ladders, you know, a lot of them do. But maybe they do need some scaffolding, so they can come to y'all.
And our equipment rental prices are very inexpensive compared to some of the big box stores. I think we rent our insulation machine for $35.
Something like that.
Yeah, where I think our competitor, the box stores, are a couple hundred.
Oh, really?
Unless you buy a bulk of their insulation, they'll throw it in.
Yeah.
So we're very, very competitive. However, if you buy, if you need our insulation machine, you have to buy our insulation. You can't put someone else's product in that machine
Well, that's
because something
understandable.
could happen.
Right.
So, so that's the only requirement that we have with our tool rental.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's understandable.
Mhm.
And so has business been pretty regular for y'all?
Well, Skeeter's there more than I am. I feel like it's busier than it's ever been.
It's been pretty busy.
I think,
This time of year, though, it slacks off, so.
but I
it's
think
kind of
since
cold
we,
to build stuff.
Yeah.
I think since we bought it, we put a lot of focus on, you know, with me involved in the community. Skeeter obviously knows a lot of people, but a lot of the contractors that I work with,
Uh-huh.
I don't really felt bought from Daus much, and
No,
they've all
they
kind of
noticed
come
that.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I really feel like we've expanded our customer
Right.
base considerably.
yeah.
Yeah. But Skeeter's the glue. I mean, he sees it more than I do. So,
Well, the whole idea of being community-based and people right here, they know you, you know, that means a lot. They can come
Mhm.
in and maybe if they don't need something, they're driving by, stop by and talk to you, maybe have a cup of coffee and just talk.
yeah, so please drive by. We've given the building and the property a facelift. We've got new signs everywhere. We've painted the building Tennessee orange and squatchy purple. And I've just done a lot of cleaning up on the building. We've moved the signage to the frontage of the road. So feel free. We give away free coffee now. Right? We do that every day, I hope? Okay. So please come by and see us. Miss Maggie's still there. She's been there 20
Yeah.
plus years. She won't tell us. We might find out her age. So yes, we've done a lot to improve the property but keep the local feel. That was very important to us. Very important.
Well, and I know people have known Daus Building Supply for a long time, and you know, a lot of times some of the other places have not been able to have something. You go down there and it's there.
Correct. Yes, we've definitely done that. We've also, before we purchased Daus and we looked into it, within the community there was a consensus with Daus known for quality lumber.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like that was its staple in the community was, if you want the best lumber in town, you go to Daus.
Yeah.
Before I ever stepped foot into Daus, that's all I heard about. So we made a point we keep only premium lumber, as well as the other stuff I mentioned earlier. So because Daus had a great family reputation, it made the decision to purchase it much easier.
Oh, I sure did.
You know, than you know, fixing it or having a bad taste in the local community, because local town, you know, sometimes it's hard to change.
Well, if someone wanted to call you, how do they reach y'all?
Do you know the number?
949-2820.
It's 949-2820, obviously area code 423, and we're off of Highway 28 and Pickett Road. It's a Pickett Road,
Yeah.
right on the corner. Or obviously you can call us. We do not have a website at this time, but we do have a Facebook page that has about 400 followers now, and it is updated pretty regularly. So if you had to get in touch with someone right away, you could send a IM, instant message,
Uh-huh.
through Facebook. You could call us, or obviously stop in. Those are our three ways of getting in touch with us at this time.
Was there any?
And we have an email, I'm sorry, we do have an email as well. That's Daus Building Supply, but building is without the ing. So it's Daus, BLDG, supply at bledsoe.net.
Okay.
So you can always email us if you need a quote, availability, et cetera, et cetera.
All right. And then they could always just come down there.
You can always stop in and talk to us about whatever they need. It doesn't matter. You can also drop off prints. We can take a look at your print if you need a lumber package put together, or you need us to put together a window package or door package. You can always just bring us a print as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, that makes it more friendly.
Yes, yeah, because those prints can be a little overwhelming. So we can definitely do that. Don't expect to have it back same day, but we'll take the time to look over it for you.
And I guess if someone were going to be building something and maybe they wanted a certain type of lumber, a certain size of lumber, and you might think, well, that's too big or not the right size. They need this. Y'all would tell them that, right?
Right. We actually have Skeeter, extremely knowledgeable, can fix anything, and we have another gentleman that works with us named Gene, who's been a handyman prior to me meeting him for years. So we have a lot of trade experience there. I do know a little bit, but I probably don't know as much as Skeeter and Gene do. And then Phil Wagner, our general manager, who was a former employee at Ace Hardware, he is extremely knowledgeable with our breadth of product and just offering knowledge if someone doesn't understand or need to understand something about a repair or whatever the case may be.
Well, that's good to have knowledgeable employees, because you take somebody like me that maybe doesn't know and wants to try to do something, I might have to ask, well, how do I do this?
Right. And the big box stores have kind of gotten away from that. They still have the retirees that are great. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I shop at Lowe's still, but a lot of their new hires are just kids that, aren't knowledgeable in the trades or hardware. So I was glad that our three amigos are very knowledgeable in the trades. So
and that way, if I came down and said, here's what I want to do and here's how I want to do it, and you might say, no, that won't work.
Correct.
You need to do it this way and change some things.
That's correct.
That's what someone like me needs.
Right.
Someone to say,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
not going to work.
Yeah, you can't.
Because I don't want to do it again.
No.
So everybody would get that at Daus.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Also, I should have shared, we're open Monday through Saturday. Monday through Friday, 7 to 4. Saturday, 7 to 12. As when
8 to 12.
8 to 12. I'm sorry, 8 to 12. So those are our hours of operation.
So you're there most of the time when people need you.
We are definitely there. We're obviously closed over major holidays, but we are there majority of the week and half a day on Saturday.
Well, is there anything maybe we haven't covered y'all like to tell us that we need to tell your customers?
Nope, just think of us if for your hardware and lumber needs, and give us a try.
Well, good. And remember, folks, that's Daus Building Supply right down there on Highway 28 in Pickett Road. You'll see them. You can't miss them if you travel Highway 28 towards Whitwell. So go down there and see them. And again, I'd like to thank our advertisers, Embers Ice Cream of Pikeville, Nickel Roll Antiques of Pikeville, and White Wagon Bed and Breakfast of Pikeville. So until next time, have a great day. Hey everybody, this is Glenn Edison from Valley Views. We appreciate you watching our shows, and we would like for you to like, share, and follow us on Facebook, as well as like and subscribe to our YouTube page.